Hey, welcome to show 42. Usually Benz does this part. Episode 42, the mysterious... No, I don't know. Anyway, usually Benz does this part. Oh boy, I shook the camera. We're glad you're with us and listening. I hope he blocks out all this stuff. He should be keeping a blooper reel, but we talk about reselling and all other kinds of things under the sun if you've listened to any of our podcasts. But mostly we try to focus on trying to make $1 or $2 as a side hustle. Again, I'm joined by Benz here. Say hello, Benz.
Hello, Benz. Oh, hey, my name's Jefferson. Glad to be here on Pocket Change. It's good to be back to the grind. You know, I was on vacation last week, got back here Friday, took the store off of vacation mode, and did okay for a couple days.
Yeah, you lucky devil, you getting to go on vacation. Some of us have PTO and some don't.
Yeah, well, if I just started my job, I probably wouldn't like your job.
Well, the sad part is, technically, I feel like I started last September. Because, you know, I kind of started with one company, and then that didn't work, so I was moved quickly to another company, and that didn't work, so I quickly got shuffled to another company. You know, the first company didn't work because they wouldn't accept my admin stuff taken care of. The second company didn't work because the guy just didn't pay me. He was like, I was like, well, what happened to my paycheck? Yeah. I was like, aren't we supposed to get paid? He was like, yeah, you were, but I'm having problems paying you. I was like, okay, I'm out. And this company now is great, but I feel like I've been working at this job since like last September. I feel like I should have some PTO time by now, but I don't. Yay! Anyway, why am I doing the Shooter McGavin thing? I think it's because I saw a Happy Gilmore clip.
I did all right while I was out on vacation. So on Friday when I got back, I packed everything up. I had 9 packages. So I was gone for six days, and I sold 9. I can't complain about that. And then I took back on Friday, and I have 5 packages now. 5 in 2 days, so 2 a day. End up with 14 for the week. Hey, you know. Pretty damn good for not being open.
Let me iterate here, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for the camera being shaky. I have it actually, what I've been trying to experiment with here. So if any of you try to get into podcasting or anything and talk about reselling or talk about anything under the sun, what I have done here for our communications is so that it's level with Benz's eyes, so that when I'm looking at Benz, because I like to look people in the eyes when I'm talking, it actually looks like I'm looking at you. So... but it makes the camera...
I'm going to do the show the rest of the week like this. That's like, hey, how you doing?
Makes the camera a little shaky.
Content.
Anyway,
exactly. I will look into your soul.
So, sounds like Ben's had a pretty good week while I was out on vacation. Awesome week. And I've actually started relisting, so I've started selling some things again, too. It seems like things are picking up a little bit from where they were, and I think, too, that it's a couple things of us doing it. You constantly being gone with your job and kind of having to put it on vacation, take off vacation, put it on vacation. But you've done well through that, and then I think you're doing some relisting sales similar, aren't you?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm relisting. So now just started pulling stuff out of the storage. Cleaned the garage, just set myself a little studio up, and except for it's probably the wrong time of year because it's freaking hot in Florida and there's no AC. I have a little AC unit. It's not working. I got myself probably like 150 things pulled out of the storage unit, lined up. Some brass name belt buckles that are old but never been sold before. Some brass belt buckles that are old new stock.
Old new stock. NOS, new old stock.
A bunch of, I found a box of, I just grabbed 4 boxes at random. So one box was those. Another box was sealed VHS, DVDs, that type of stuff, all kinds of sealed media. I found a whiskey set I must have bought at some glass. It's got a decanter and it's a wooden box. It's kind of neat. A big box. What did I put in this? Ink. It's a little bitty printer inks all the way up to big, huge printer inks. So I'm going to list that. And then, what else was and some die cast like racing cars, the bigger ones that come in the boxes. Some of them are Wick, I don't know, some auto stores. I got a speed racer in there, so I'm going to list that. And then I was going to do that today, and I got sidetracked. So I haven't taken any pictures, but the week is still young. I have to have that done, empty out that space, so that way next Friday I can go get more boxes and do it again. My plan is to get 4 boxes out of there every single week, take pictures, list them, and then sell them, so that way I have room to keep moving the stuff in, because I'll run out of room here. But I still have probably about 6 foot wide, 3 foot deep to the shelves that are empty, that I took stuff off to take out there, and I'm putting it.
You froze?
I'm done. No, I was just done. I got nothing else to say. Sometimes you just need to shut up. At least that's what my wife tells me.
My wife tells me that too. Sometimes you just need to sit down and shut up. And I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Listen. Okay.
Like today, I was talking, and apparently I was rambling, and she went, which is a universal sign for sit down and shut up in my house. And get it together, close it off, be done. It's okay. So, if you ever meet my wife, pocket pals or what? I still can't do that. And I'm still doing the Shooter McGavin thing. I swear.
You're hyped up today. Did you drink a lot of Mountain Dew? Or
no, I have not had any Mountain Dew, but I did watch a clip, and since Adam Sandler, he has a Facebook Reels series or whatever.
Okay.
He started a Facebook Reels series. I'm not trying to get you to look up Adam Sandler. He has.
She's so subservient.
I know.
That's
she
good.
is. She's great.
She listens.
She's the greatest woman in the world. You can tell her to shut up and go
Exactly.
away. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Honey, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Anyway, he has this thing. So he said he lined up and he put his newest one on there he said, I haven't tried this in 25 years. And so he was doing the Happy Gilmore shot. And he actually made good contact with the ball. I was surprised. I was like, wow. But he was like, eat that, Shooter McGavin.
You don't think he practiced that for like an hour and a half before he shot the video?
Knowing Adam
Or he shot 27 videos and one of them made it.
Yeah, but knowing Adam Sandler, probably not. Honestly. And one of the comments on it was, this man's literally worth like $500 million and he dresses like this. Literally like he was wearing Walmart type clothes. It's interesting. It's interesting because bringing it back to what we talk about here, ladies and gentlemen, you never know, and I'm not saying Adam Sandler's bought anything from me. I don't know that he has. I don't think he has. But you never know who's buying the stuff you're selling. I have seen and talked with people through the chat on there, not the chat on there, but the messaging thing where you message back and forth between buyers, and you can tell by the way people phrase things, some of their statuses. If that makes sense. Like, you can tell by the way they talk, like if they're...
Well, I always thought you could tell by the way they walk. They're a woman's man. No time to talk. But I think that's just my theory.
Well, some of the words they use without even having to look, because she messaged me, and the way she phrased things was phrased like somebody from England, if that makes sense. I mean, because there's a different, what's it called? Is it? I don't even remember what it's called. Idioms.
Dialect.
Well, there's definitely a different dialect, but there's different ways.
But idioms would probably be.
And so you can tell. So I just thought that was interesting that we can tell. You can look in all people, all walks of life, such as what's going on with Walmart right now. If you go read the CEO of Walmart's report, which my job requires me to talk about financial stuff, but anyway, he said that Walmart's way up. They asked him, why is Walmart way up? Whole Foods is actually collapsing. And he said, well, it's the price of groceries, the price of things and all that, especially groceries, that more affluent people are now shopping at Walmart rather than Whole Foods because the price is down. That's why I think we're seeing eBay doing better than Amazon right now. It's the same thing. It's the same mentality. But his thing was, he figures once things level back out, that Walmart's going to drop. So, stock and everything, and all the people that they're hiring right now to handle the bundle are going to have to be laid off. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been hired in the last year by Walmart, you might want to be making some exit plans. Go look it up, read the CEO report. But coming back to eBay,
or do your job really well. If you do your job really well, you'll be the last one out.
Hopefully,
right?
Hopefully, that's not always the case.
I would say at Walmart, they probably pay attention pretty well to your performance and make sure that you're showing up on time and make sure that you're doing the right things.
This is Walmart, dude.
And
I'm not sure.
When they come down to it, they're definitely going. Yeah, I'm just saying that. Well, the managers, I'm sure, have crazy metrics that they have to meet, and they probably have to make sure that they're doing everything to meet them. if they have people that are doing it and doing more than it, they'll probably be there longer than the people that aren't. I mean, that's just the way the world works.
Is there such thing as non-crazy metrics?
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe. You know what the non-crazy metrics are? The ones that they base off of last year's performance, and they give you the start. And then the next year it's 10% more, and then 10% more, and then 10% more. And pretty soon you know, it's impossible. And then they fire you and bring somebody else in, and then they take, let him just screw off for a year, and then take that as his baseline. So you got like maybe 7 years before you get fired if you're completely inadequate.
Back to reselling.
Hey, my first wife made it 7 years. That's where I base that off of. She was completely inadequate, but I kept her for 7 years.
Ben's first wife, if you're watching this, that's exactly why you've gone after 7 years. You were completely inadequate.
Yeah, that's why. She just drove away with the kids and all the stuff. That's fun. I'm just making up stuff, make myself sound better.
Anyway, I'm still with my wife. I don't want to introduce her as my first wife. That might be a bad mistake. Anyway.
But she is your first wife. I don't know why everybody's like, oh. She is your first wife. It doesn't mean you're going to have a second one.
She better be.
Just because you have a first cup of coffee doesn't mean you're going to drink a second cup of coffee.
She better be my only wife. I'm too poor to pay one to go away.
No, I can't afford it. I got to do everything I can to keep this one. Lie, cheat, and steal, baby. I love you.
That's why we're doing a side hustle. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're trying to do anything. Hey, you want that? Yeah, Prada? Yeah, sure. Let me sell some stuff on eBay.
Yeah. And that's just a general search on YouTube for eBay or online reselling now has exploded. And I think we need to bring it back. I'm cautioning our community, one of the best ways to do this business is to do, a vlog or video blog or a podcast or a YouTube channel or something along those lines. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, Ben's and I have been at this 42 episodes. 42. We appreciate each and every one of our listeners. We wish y'all would write to us a little bit more. We'd love to have some of you on, maybe, or some other people on as well. But we're not doing this to make our money. And a lot of people are starting to try to do the videos on reselling to make their money. Don't talk about something that is a side hustle or that can actually become a full-time job and make, it just doesn't make sense. So Ben's and I, we give our stores regularly. You can honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not knocking our compatriots or compatriots or however you want to call it. It's not a competition. It's a very, very good community. Reselling is, but you can kind of tell those that are full of crap when they don't give their store name on their podcast. When they don't give their store name on their vlog, I'm sorry. It's just, and I'm calling out our whole community because here's the thing: you can go and look up frugal deals on eBay, and you can see that I've done okay. I'm not a stellar seller on there. I don't have enough inventory. I'm still in the building it up. You can go look up CJ Ben's Finds. He talks about that all the time. And you can see what we've done. So when we talk about our numbers, like he said, I've sold 9 and I've sold 5. You can go look this up on eBay. It's there. You can look up.
They can look that up?
Yeah. Yeah, you can look it up.
I taught you how to look it up.
I know.
The whole idea behind we're doing this kind of so we can put out there what we've learned. We're not expecting to make anything off of this. This is just something we find fun. Plus, it's we're documenting our product journey in this and saying, hey, we started with nothing. I've been doing it 2.5, pushing 3 years. And I listened to somebody that says, hey, for the first 2 years, you shouldn't take any money out of the business. Just push it all back into it, which only makes sense because I was doing it part-time and I didn't need any of the money to pay my bills.
Right.
But what it ended up costing me now is $400 a month in storage units and stuff. So now it's costing me money to have this business. I'm making money, don't get me wrong. But I think you should reinvest a percentage back into whatever you can list. So if you can only list 20 a week, then you should be buying 20 good things a week instead of, you know what, I sold $300 worth of stuff, I'm going to buy $300 worth of stuff. I definitely did it wrong. I overbought, inventory. That I've got 150 things out there that I'm going to try to list this week, and that is 4 boxes, and I probably have 400 boxes in the garage. So if you think about it, I've got 100 weeks, so I've got 2 years worth of stuff to list at this point, and I'm still looking at buying stuff because I'm an idiot.
And there again, you got two different. The great thing here is you got two different perspectives. Again, we are doing this to try to document our journey, try to teach y'all either stuff we've done that hasn't worked. Like I can tell you right now, the clearance section is gone from my store. It did not work at all. In fact, it backfired because all I got was messages and stupid offers. I didn't even have our best offer on there. I had lowered it down to bottom dollar to try to clearance it off, and all I got was, here's an offer. That's not worth me selling or packing up. So the clearance thing's gone. So what we're doing is we're documenting the things that we do, and we try things because Ben's and I've always been about trying different things and different aspects to see what works. And so this is for you guys. Like, I can tell you one thing I learned this week. I got so mad at eBay. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Okay, so just to give you, I took a little video of one of my watches working, tick, 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 tick. You can even hear it in the sound, tick, 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 tick. I cut it off after like 10 seconds. It ends up being 12 seconds long. And I'm like, that's good enough. Because really all anybody wants to see is what? That it actually works. That it's ticking along, the second hand's ticking, and that the minute hand moves and all that. You just want to see it works. And with attention spans these days, I was like, nobody wants to watch a long video.
Because it's too short?
It's too short. They require, and I want you to listen to these stupid requirements for videos. So eBay needs to learn too. The maximum supported video size is 150 megabytes. They also have a minimum. The maximum upload resolution is 1080p, MP4. That's what they want. MP4. Fine. MP4 is fine. But here's the kicker. If it's not at least a minute long, they won't let you load it. It will deny it if it's only a minute long. Are you frozen?
No, you're froze, but I don't think... I just keep going. Because it does this, but then when the video comes out, we're fine. If not, I'll just cut it out.
All right, but
if we leave and come back, then it makes it all pissy and it hangs up on us.
They want me to upload a video that is at least a minute long. A minute long.
Right.
Who wants to sit there and watch TikTok for a whole minute? Who's going to do that? I'm not. I'm not going to waste a minute. I'm going to watch the little clip video. I mean, you got to, what is the average TikTok's like 30 seconds? And I'm going to do it just so I can upload the video of it working. And I'm going to give it to Ben the benefit of the doubt because then they can see that the minute hand actually turns. It's ridiculous, but there's something I learned this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're planning on putting videos, which videos is a good thing to do if you've got items that you need to record working. Now, a painting, you're not going to record a minute video of a painting.
Right.
I mean, but a watch, yes. You're not going to record a minute video of a belt buckle. But some of the toys that Ben's got, like the wind-up toys and stuff like that, he may want to record them working because that's going to help sell it. But now you know you've got to record it for at least a whole minute, and it's got to be under 150 megabytes.
Yeah, that seems like really stringent.
It is, and I think they're trying to keep the size files that they're storing on the servers down by limiting the megabytes. But I think their mindset is that it needs to be a minute long to actually be worth it. And I don't know who's making these rules at eBay.
You know, I do those joke of the day, resale joke of the day. And the ones that I put up there that are 20 seconds or less get 700 to 800 views. Anything, and some of them have hit 4,000. Anything that I have that's over 30 seconds is the reason you get more views is because somebody shares it. So if it's short, somebody's going to share it. If it's longer, they're not going to get to the end. Or if they get to the end, they're going to move on. So I've now limited them to like 20 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, makes them easier and quicker to make. I was making them like, because you could be up to, 59 seconds and still can be considered a short. I made some really long ones. Those didn't, so I'm trying more and more about YouTube. And there's this little girl who goes viral all the time. I say little girl, she's like 7. She's not like 28, and I'm calling her a little girl because I'm older than shit. Just making sure you understand that. Because that happens to me all the time. Oh, you a little girl. I got 3 children. Oh, well, yeah. I had 3 children when I was young, too. But move on.
When I was young, too.
So this young lady is talking about the ultimate is 47 seconds. That's what she makes everything 47 seconds. She said that's the perfect thing. So I tried on some other videos I was doing. Yeah, 47 seconds seems to be about the retention. Anything over that's a little too long.
Yeah.
So now they're telling you have to do a minute.
Yeah, they're telling
which makes no sense because you can't keep anybody's attention on YouTube or TikTok for a minute. No one's going to watch that for a minute. They're going to watch it for like 10 seconds and move to the next picture.
Right.
So
but they're
just costing themselves more bandwidth and more space on their server.
Right. And honestly, I think you move it because, okay, so let's take, for example, a wind-up toy. You know, I remember one.
Yeah.
I've got one. It's a Santa Claus. He's on a little tricycle and it runs around the floor. It's old metal tinker toy, basically, that you wind up. I'm going to list it on my store at Christmas, so if you're interested in it, Christmas. I'm not going to put it on now. I'm not one of those people like that. Nothing against those people that leave their Christmas lights up all year long, but I don't.
Christmas you should post all year long. But go ahead.
Oh, so maybe I should. But anyway,
there's a constant market for Christmas.
You wind it up, and it's got a little bell behind it, ding, you know, and it's got the little ball flag that waves as it goes around in a circle and whatever. And putting it on there, and somebody actually going, "Oh, this is awesome! I'm going to watch it again for a whole minute." I'm bringing it in the camera. That is Ulysses S. Grant and Robert E. Lee with the flags. And on the back side, it's got this here. This is an item that's sold at the Gettysburg Tourist Museum. And that's what I call it, the Tourist Museum. But it is sold there. Okay? Inside, it's very beautiful. It's got the little, you know, it's gorgeous. American Civil War. So, but eBay says this is celebrating certain aspects that we're not supposed to celebrate. And I'm going, it's a part of history. Whatever we like, what we don't like, it is a part of history. And the fact that you can go buy this at any one of the Civil War parks, and as I said it, parks, you can buy this to help support the park, tells me that, wait a minute, we got a problem when we can't sell it on eBay. So, but they are listed. You'll find them on eBay every now and again, and you can buy it, but the guy who apparently is selling them like crazy, I don't know, he must have got a whole truckload of them or something. But he said I saw a podcast on his, he said he will sell like 3 to 5 of them, and then eBay will make him take the ad down. And he'll wait a little while, and then he'll put it back up. Now, I'm not telling you.
Yeah, well, you don't want to do that. No. You don't want to put it back up. No,
you don't, because they will get you.
They'll ban you for life, and you'll lose everything. I mean, that happened to me on, I can never sell on Depop because I was selling hidden knives, didn't realize it was a problem on Depop. They never told me, or they sent me an email to an email address that I wasn't checking, probably. They just banned my account, and I had $800, and they just kept it. It's part of the deal. So don't do that, especially on eBay. If you want to make, once something's been told to you, do not list it. Do not list it again on that website. Whether you think it's fair or unfair, or whatever you're thinking, the rules are the rules, and you can get away with anything you want.
And I'm going to list that for sale on Ladies and Gentlemen.
Yes, and you should. You should list it for sale. But if they say, hey, and they'll send you, I've had stuff taken down multiple times, and they say, hey, I'm sure you weren't aware, but you can't sell this on eBay. And I said, oh, okay. And I never tried to sell it again. Those pocket knife belt buckles, I sold at least 100 of them, and then I ordered a gross of them, 144 of them, and before they came in, boom, it was over. And now I've been selling them on Posh and on Grail. But they don't sell like they were on eBay. But I'm pretty sure someone turned me in. There's somebody else. So if I ever see a pocket knife belt buckle, I'm going to turn that sucker in. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But that had to be what happened because the algorithm didn't get the way I wrote the thing. It wouldn't have got it. They got it because someone said, hey, this person's selling illegal stuff.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to waste my time. I think as resellers, we need to be careful on it. Now, okay, there are certain items that, yes, are offensive that I agree you probably shouldn't sell. But
what are offenses to you might not be offenses to
the world deems them pretty much as offensive.
Yeah, I've had that happen on numerous things.
Some people get a wild hair.
Yeah,
No, I mean, I don't know why you cut it out. I hope we're not being offensive to anybody. If you're offended by us talking about things that you shouldn't sell and things you could sell, and it's part of it. You know what? Here's what I figure. And I just took an offer while we were sitting here, or I didn't take it. I made an offer on that particular pocket watch that we were talking about earlier in the show. It came in, a watcher. So I just made an offer, and I'm like, okay, I paid too much money for that.
Yeah.
I know I did because I mistaked it for mistook. Anyway.
Mistaked is fine.
Anyway, whatever, folks.
Mistook it for. Mistaked.
A better watch.
We ain't educated. Mistaked, bitch.
Anyway. So I already know I'm going to lose money on it. So when the watcher came in, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, even though I would prefer to sell it for where it's at, 'cause I feel like it's very fair price, but I need to put a little bit of money back in my pocket. I went ahead and took 15% off. We'll see if they take it or not. I'm already down. I paid $32, tax, shipping, and all, and it's worth like $20. So I'm already $12 in the hole. What's a few dollars more going in a hole if I can just get it out of my...
I would say it's not more in the hole. It's, hey, I got this money back out of it. You might never sell it, so why wait for them to pay you what it's worth or what you paid for it? Just get your money out of it and move on, buy something better. You take that $15 and then you buy 3 things for $5 and sell for $25, and now you're making money off the money. You know, be careful about what you buy. You know, I was going through the stuff that I brought. I think some of it's worth money. I think some of it's not. I think when I was starting out, I didn't comp any of that stuff again, but I'm going to when I go to sell it. But everything that I got, I used to try to pay 10 cents on the dollar. And then I was looking at some of the DVDs. I'm not sure that I'm going to make a lot of money off of them, but I guess some really good VHSs that were in that box. So.
I've got a sealed DVD up for sale, so DVD sales are about to go through the crapper.
Why'd you do that right before I'm getting ready to list? Damn it. But you know what? The VHS tapes that I buy, even anything that's sealed, I'll buy it. They sell from like $8 to $20. Every once in a while, you'll find one that's fantastic and they'll sell for $200. But look them up as you go. But if it's sealed and it's old, I say buy it if it's less than $2.
No, that might be the case. I don't know. I mean, I said I was going to take everything below $10 and give it to Goodwill or something. I'm not going to do that, ladies and gentlemen. I decided, you know what? I'm just going to try to sell it. I'll take a big cut off of it. I'm going to tell you about the clearance section because we're getting ready to wind up this podcast anyway. One thing I learned about the clearance section is eBay doesn't know what to do with it. Yeah. eBay doesn't know what to do with that. So they don't advertise it really as a clearance section. They don't know how to categorize it within their algorithms because it kind of takes it away. Like, okay, so I'm going to give you one item, for instance. It's a pair of leggings, yoga leggings or yoga pants or whatever you want to call them. They're literally worth like $7-8. So I just list them $7-8 and categorize them. But when you put them in a clearance section, eBay doesn't really know that, okay, these are this type of whatever. So if somebody's searching for this, we should put it up there. Because eBay, I found out, uses not only where you place it on eBay, but also your store categories as well. So be careful about your store categories because you want your categories to match up with eBay as much. And there is no clearance. So if you put anything in a store item under clearance category, then what eBay then does, and I went back and looked at it when I did the sell similar on it, eBay had taken it away from activewear and put it under other. And I'm like, well, why did that happen? If you put something in a section of clearance in your store, it doesn't help them categorize it. They don't go by the actual title. They go by where you placed it on eBay and where it's placed in your store. So it's a little weird how that works.
Yeah, it sounds weird. So don't do clearance sections.
No,
I'm in.
Stay away from that. All right.
I'm gonna try that with a section of mine. Is as it gets to a certain age, I'm just gonna drop it by 10%. Just keep dropping it down. But then why? Because that stuff that I just sold is 2.5 years old, and it's sold for full price. So if I get to a point where I have space constraints, that's how I'm gonna try to deal with it. until then, I'm just going to keep relisting it and revising it and redoing it, changing a little bit of the, I do think it might turn me on to, if you have something that's older, instead of just selling similar, go into the first picture and then remove the background.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the background removal works much better on eBay than it did
really
a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And so I did that on these things that I'm selling that are older. The first picture, and then if it comes up again 60, 90 days later, I do the second picture. So that way it sees there's something different in the listing, and then it truly makes it a new listing, I believe. Because I've been selling similar since January, and I'm still making $300. But that's going to change because $300 a week ain't cutting it.
Nope. Our goals again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back up with those in January 1st. So we're both trying to gear our stores up for that and get it to where it's
on January 1st.
June 1st. Excuse me, June 1st, ladies and gentlemen.
We did it on January 1st, and then we dropped it like a hot
potato. Let's just see.
There you go.
52. I got to take the app away here. 52 times 300. It's $15,600. So, yeah, it's not going to get you anywhere close to your goal. It wouldn't even reach my goal. So,
yeah, no,
I am going to try to start. I'm trying to gear up to and get my stuff ready because I'm going to try to get my stuff geared up because I have been told by watching some other so-called experts that you need 20 items per day with a minimum of 10, but preferably 20 items per day listed on eBay per month. And then you go in every day, you replace an item, you replace your items that are sold, and you sell similar every day with replacing the ones from that day that are sold. So if you see that day only 14 are listing, you need like 6 items to go on. So I just wanted to kind of, you and I had talked about 500 items. So if you've got 30 days in a month times 20, you're at 600. So you and I were not far off from what that guy who's supposed expert who's sold like 40 million things on eBay and claims to be the top guru. Yeah. But he said don't go by the year, go by the month, and plan on having at least 10, preferably 20, sell similar and replacing solds on a daily basis.
Sounds good.
We'll try to gear up
my
to.
Goal. My goal is to get back to 20. When I was doing 20 new a day, plus doing my sell similar, that's when I was making money.
So when you were making close to $1,000 a week. Yeah.
Yeah, I was making $1,000 a week, and I just work and everything happened, but you got to be putting on $1,500 worth of new stuff, right? So that way you're not running out. So we'll figure it out as we go. Hopefully you come along with us. Again, if you have any tips or tricks we should hear from you, reach out.
And come on, Mike. We'd love to have you.
Way into this.
We'd love to have you come visit us one time, Mike. Come on. I mean, you can't be any uglier than Ben's enough.
Yeah, that'd be hard to do. All right.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Yeah. You're such a pretty boy. I know.
Yeah.
You ain't right.
I'm not.
All right. Thank you guys for coming, checking out the podcast, checking us out on YouTube, wherever you're checking us out. We will keep these coming out, and then we're going to end up doing a Wednesday. You up for a...
Yeah, we can try to do it on a Wednesday. Or this week we'll definitely do another pick or pass.
Pick or pass.
We like doing
pick or pass on Wednesday. We didn't have one last week because I was traveling. But this week we will.
Definitely try to get that. See you later.
Bye.